Oh, certainly trying to compensate here. Here's the audience. It's going to be a very slow day getting to the studio. Windy, storms are brewing outside.
Very windy.
Here, Wolf, and it seems like we might have a bit of a storm brewing here in the dropship as these guys get ready to charge out and clash on Village.
Don't be fooled, it's just an error by the observer in terms of the X6 lineup. It is still going to be 2-2-2, just a misplaced Moira in the lineup. But mirrored compositions here. The Sombra going to be the X factor here as we head into Village. Such a narrow choke point to fight, and EMP becomes so powerful. Shubil very low here.
Yeah, Youngjin now just firing away from the flank. Gets quite a bit of damage in, building up for that EMP. Gets the hack there on a nose point as he goes up into the air as well. They'll get the pump out onto the back. Take down Rhea. So very fantastic start so far for KongDoo Panthera, but now they'll have to go ahead and earn the point. With BQB going down, seems like they will be able to get this first cap. How long they can hold on to it is going to be another question because EMP is already set from BQB.
Shubil will just reset here. There's not a really large window of time for X6 to capitalize on this or punish this. So it's the mirror. It's not completely mirrored because it is going to be Zenyatta versus Moira. So more damage for KongDoo Panthera. Youngjin was able to utilize that to actually get those execution kills there to flip the fight.
Already here. Primal Rage being used by Roar to buy some time here. Some space for his squad. Luffy's gonna go down after that EMP comes in. And already X6 just scooping up the kills. Youngjin, Coma both going down. Rhea will get popped out of the mech. Self-destruct gonna be invested here to buy a little bit more time for KongDoo Panthera. They're able to stop Shubil from making it back in to get the remake, and that's gonna be the flip. 34% all that KongDoo is able to get. A couple ultimates in the inventory at the moment.
He did force the remake as well, so it was called. It just did not complete. So it's a wasted ultimate, of course, just to, you know, emphasize again how important this is. Back cap attempted here.
Yeah, trying that one. Decay now poking in, throws down that pulse bomb. Does he find anything? Yes, he does. Looks like gonna go down, but it's gonna be a trade on the Winston as Roar also falls on the side of KongDoo Panthera. Now X6 go in, have that sound barrier thrown down from Roki. They are winning the fight quite handily with it. Kill there on to Coma. Godspeed just looking to hound down Youngjin. Will take him low, forces him back with the translocator. X6 will hold strong.
Yeah, holding here. Good defensive engage. They threw out the coalescence in that last fight, and they haven't even built a second one yet. This shows how dominant they were in this last fight, because they didn't need to use that much healing. Normally, you get one coalescence per team fight, especially if you're on the losing end of it or you have a struggle win. You build so much. You're going to see the flank down here now through the staircase, but totally sniffed out early by X6.
Transcendence there from Luffy, keeping everybody alive. So the Primal Rage from No Smite is knocking him around, but not going to be getting any kills here at the moment. Luffy goes low, will get taken down as Godspeed finds that one. Decay has to dash to the side, dodge out onto that self-destruct, and actually manages to kill Rhea before he can make it back into the mech. So maybe an opportunity here for KongDoo Panthera to try to get this flip, but the BQB goes forward, throws down that EMP. Roar goes out, Shubil knocked out to the back of the coalescence. Will go ahead, finish off that baby diva. X6 holding firmly, 75% going up. KongDoo need to get this flip.
You can see how much impact the Moira makes in these situations. KongDoo is forced to now switch Loopy onto it. They weren't able to get the target kills onto No Smite and Rhea like they wanted to with the Discord orbs. Just too much healing on the other side. Hack or no on the Diva. There's too much healing. Better defensive EMP there for BQB. BQB wins up the fight. We're going to see Youngjin use this one to engage.
Throws it down, just find a way there into No Smite, but just cannot take him down. Nobody on the side of X6 falls, not even Bebe, who goes dangerously low, will get taken down. As I say that, the caster curse coming through as Decay finishes off. The Primal Rage comes through here from Roar. Needs to get them off the points so he can desperately get this flip here in OT. Finds the Diva, he'll jet over to the side. Hack comes down there on a Roar right as he loses out of the Primal Rage. Flip still not coming through. X6 will go ahead and peel back with the remaining members. Give this flip over. They know that they have time to build up on a couple of eco pushes, get this flip, and finish off Village.
Yeah, it's going to be KongDoo Panthera having to maintain ult efficiency, which is, of course, very different from ult economy. It means your efficiency of using your ultimates, making sure the sound barrier gets so much value that you don't need to commit the coalescence, making sure that you can use that to build EMP charge. These are things that KongDoo Panthera will have to do if they want to take this first point on Village. Roar leading the charge here, already found though.
Pushing in, Decay.
They
Flip has come through actually, now the pulse bomb in. Sound Barrier answers that one perfectly timed there from Roki, and Schubel is going to get knocked out of the back, and he's going to get burned down. BQB finds a hit, throws in that EMP, and that was chasing down there onto Coma, trying to finish him off. Sound Barrier is available for him, but I don't think he's going to do a damn thing in keeping them alive. He tries to hop in, but the OT plummets, and that is going to be X6 taking Village.
It looks like X6 just has the better understanding of how to use the Moira. KongDoo Panthera wasn't even interested in running the Moira. They were running an older style that just doesn't check out anymore on Nepal. They're running Zenyatta. We've seen it fail many times in this tournament. In fact, several by KongDoo Panthera, but the Moira allows you the extra healing, and what X6 is doing is playing around that, playing defensively. The difference between Roar in this fight and No Smite is that No Smite is waiting for Roar to come in, wasting cooldowns on the side of Panthera, absorbing the healing, building those coalescences faster, and then taking that one opportunity to allow BQB to get into position for the EMPs. It's very well coordinated, very refreshing in fact to see from X6, who's been struggling so much with very much wild, crazy dive with Architect that felt much less coordinated.
Now over onto Shrine. Young Jin just gonna get picked off. Godspeed just finds the headshot to take him down, denies a hell of a lot of EMP charge. That would be coming through here, and maybe sets them up nicely to get this first cap on the point yet again. X6 looking good off the bat on control. Flashbang out, not going to be fighting the target, and Godspeed's going to be displaced. Goes low, Orb of Harmony will keep him topped up as the fight moves off the point. KongDoo Panthera ticking up, trying to get this one. Rhea goes into delay, but will get taken down now with No Smite dead as well. Seems like KongDoo will be able to get this initial cap, and now they're just looking to clean up.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of delayed response with this one. This time, they're the ones who run the Moira for it. Pretty good on control. Obviously giving a lot of healing, building a very fast coalescence, making Roar able to do so much more in this fight, living longer, getting 35% advantage in ult versus No Smite because he can push the envelope further. Sure, he's going to get some chase extra ults. The winning team always has the ult advantage, but the Moira allows this to happen so much easier. BQB builds an EMP faster, however.
Doesn't have that one ready to go. Actually throws it down, but no kills to come of it yet. As I say that, Jubil gonna get knocked out. Deadeye takes down the Baby Diva, and Youngjin has fallen. They're not gonna be able to get that EMP to try to answer. We'll be able to build it up here, but it seems like X6 will be able to get this flip right around 40% for themselves.
Look at
see how long they can hold on to this now.
Look at the difference in comp, though. When you have the McCree, you can get a lot of value out of those very aggressive Zenyatta picks, or sorry, Discord orbs, where you're looking to burst down tanks, you're tank busting, you're fighting against mobility as well. If you get into a good spot, use a decent EMP, you have massive damage because the McCree, that the Tracer composition just does not have. It sacrifices mobility for damage.
Sound Barriers out there from KongDoo Panthera. Look, gonna take this one. Coalescence can go ahead and chain together with it. Luffy hold on to that, onto that one here for the moment as Youngjin throws down the EMP. Coalescence comes out. Transcendence to answer from Bebe. It's everybody topped up, and they chain it beautifully together with that Sound Barrier. Already, the point has nearly been flipped, but now with Roar going down, this might be a lost fight for the side of KongDoo Panthera. Pulse Bomb comes out from Decay. Decay doesn't find anything. Godspeed still firing away. Was able to take down Coma, and now has another Deadeye ready to go. Does not need to use it yet. It's that last little shot there on the shoe bill.
Padding the stats a little bit with that one.
Yeah, just trying to move up, get that headshot accuracy going up. Well, X6 take the lead.
The difficult thing is to approach a McCree composition without EMP, because you can't use the Winston very well with Discord orbs out, and obviously the CC that Flashbang offers. Look at this position for potential EMP. Doesn't even want it, doesn't need it necessarily.
Well, now he sees it, jumps forward, does throw that one down. Deadeye finds Luffy. BQB trades his life, but they're trading up quite nicely here as X6 looks to just close this out. Godspeed, another shot there onto Decay, shuts down the Tracer.
So difficult to approach when you have this McCree in an entrenched position. You have to make yourself vulnerable. The tricky EMP off the roof there that we've seen so much out of BQB is to find an angle to make sure he can hit the supports, but most importantly, the Diva. While Deadeye's out, the Diva gets hacked, defense matrix goes down, they pick immediately the Moira. That means the Winston just cannot sustain through the burst coming through from McCree.
Luffy is yet again taken out of the fight right at the start. Rhea still going low here, but has the mech, which Jubil cannot say the same. Godspeed finds another headshot, taking him down, and KongDoo is just throwing their bodies at the point, but they are getting ripped apart, pushed back at every single turn. They're trying to delay right now here with Decay, with Coma jumping around. But X6 looking to be holding firmly. Roki throws down that sound barrier, keeps Nosebite alive. Pulse Bomb comes down. He's not going to die. He's going to be perfectly fine. This OT meter yet again is going to plummet. If KongDoo steps off it, they have to stay in full time if they want to keep this one in contention. Bebe comes back into the fight, has the transcendence to escort the rest of the members back here in onto the point. Okay, building up again.
For the EP.
Selfless truck comes in, doesn't find anything from the side of
there it is.
KongDoo. EMP does come down. BQB just tossing it in, and Decay is going to get taken down. Roar following suit. Luffy goes down. It seems like X6 will finally win this war of attrition and close out with a 2-0 yet again on Village. On Nepal.
Yeah.
It's Village and then Shrine.
That's right. Godspeed just doesn't need to worry about anything if BQB's got his back with these EMPs, and when he pairs the EMP with the Deadeye, there's no defense matrix to stop it. This time, KongDoo Panthera didn't step into it at least, but they were pushed away. They were zoned away, and when you have a strong hero like McCree that is immobile compared to the dive, the Tracer Sombra on the other side, if he has protection via Winston's winning the trades or by really good control of the tanks, basically, or sorry, the EMPs to prevent the tanks from approaching his entrenched position, you're going to have a hard time. And Godspeed just understands how to play this McCree. We've seen this protected McCree composition so much in Korea right now. It's very popular, it's very meta. I mean, even Stitch is running it right now. XZ was the first person to consistently make it happen. Youngjin has experimented, did very well on Hanamura against Meta Athena, but it's just unfortunately not enough to just try to out-mobilize this McCree when he's on the point. The thing I want to draw attention to the most that we just saw was that shot of Decay that just lingered forever, where he was almost able to kill No Smite and then almost able to kill the Lucio, and then barrier comes down, and you watch this Tracer that's so frustrated because he knows he can't kill the McCree. He's too well protected, and he's going to flashbang you and shoot you in the head. So you're trying to find anyone else that you can, but you just cannot get in there. So you're just running around on the peripheral trying to find kills, and you can't do anything, and that Tracer feels so helpless.
Yeah, I mean, this has not been a great performance so far from Decay. Pulse Bomb accuracy going to be lacking a bit there. Only got a few kills with that throughout, so rough stuff from him. We'll see if he can step it up, but we got some still KongDoo Panthera fans who are holding on.
It says KongDoo win. Win!
It says KongDoo win a lot, actually. That probably was the thing that took the most time, but well, that's a neat little, like, if Overwatch was a child's cartoon.
Yeah, it says X6.
Nick Jr. or something.
Let's go to victory. It does feel very Nick Jr. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, it's Bastion. Who didn't know on the Korean caster disc? I need to know. That was pretty obvious.
Really intriguing characters in the bottom right.
All right,
Team KongDoo. Yet again, crying. We had this last time.
Yeah. KongDoo Panthera's been crying a lot.
Yeah, wasn't it during the KongDoo game last week when we had the crying Ana?
Yeah.
There was crying Lucio, and then we had Ana that was just like drinking soju. So maybe it's the same artist, I'm not sure, but either way, there seems to be a lot of tears surrounding KongDoo Panthera.
Yeah.
She's pointing out something. It was a bit too small.
It says
she's popping off. She's got some.
It says Shubill's like Twitch stream account there. So if you guys want to follow me in there. And he says if you win, come take this.
Okay, so Shubil gets a nice 40,000 won bonus. That's like 35, 36 bucks American.
Yeah, it says
so if he wins, then boom, he's walking home with some cash money.
Yeah, talking about his self-destruct accuracy on the left side.
Unfortunately, I just don't think that he's going to be walking home with that cash money.
It says, if we lose today, let's die together. That's what that sign says.
Man, this is.
But that kind of implies it obviously means like let's die together. It's kind of a sad thing, but it also could imply let's get so drunk we die, basically. Well.
We'll go with that one. That's much more. That's much more friendly.
There's a term surmoko chukja, which means like let's drink until we die. And I think that's kind of
have another
Changshik
little challenge here. Somebody challenging. They're like, if you sub in Changshik, I will give you 50,000 won.
It says Changshik, your chicken delivery is here. It says, of course, if you win.
That's some expensive chicken. Where's Changshik ordering chicken from that it costs 50 bucks?
It could be for the whole team, you know.
Yeah, but it just says him, and it says like KongDoo Panthera.
Well, on the other side, it says something. I'm looking at something. I couldn't see what the top left said.
That's a lot of chicken.
This says I've hacked. The hacking of KongDoo Panthera is finished. X6 fighting.
Well, so far so good. Even if the Sombra hasn't even been like the biggest thing that we're highlighting on the side of X6, it's been Godsby with that McCree coming through.
Well,
that has certainly been one of the most impressive.
That's a Che Sehuan fan here. It says congratulations for making the team, I guess. He has not, of course, started, but we'll see if he gets subbed in later on. Decay having some trouble. Okay, Lucio's happy now.
He's not crying this time, which is good to see. Lucio is just way too cheery of a person, you know?
It says we're going to win again, basically. I guess it's supposed to be the same Lucio who was crying last time, but this time he's happy.
All right. Well, maybe that means next week we get another crying Lucio. I'm not really sure. That's,
It says, basically, it's a grab your victory kind of sign for Shoebill here.
It's like a diva cat man. Shoebill, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see.
Interesting combination.
See if he can hit self-destructs again like he did so well against Athena. Has not been his day tonight. Has been denied by Godspeed a few times. Oh, Changshik's in.
Okay, so this is, again, another very odd decision from KongDoo. Normally, this is where we would see Roar come in. Changshik would have been starting, but instead, we're going to see him come through on the side of Hybrid. So KongDoo Panthera definitely experimenting to shaking things up a bit, but is it going to be enough? And, okay.
Did not expect this to happen.
Yeah, this one was a bit of a secret. Knew that we were having a player swap, assumed it was something on the side of KongDoo Panthera, but Choi Hyobin is going to be coming in instead of Rhea.
Choi Hyobin, when he first popped onto the scene when X6 was able to make it through to Apex, he was known for his self-destruct accuracy. He and Void were by far the most accurate D.Va players at self-destruct, and it's cool to see him actually make a return. He played once already, was subbed out in the middle of the match with Rhea replacing him, but he had a pretty lackluster performance. But after watching that first game, he's given another shot here. We're headed to Numbani, and Rhea plays a very defensive D.Va, but Choi Hyobin is a very aggressive D.Va, very similar to Dako, looking for kills and self-destruct resets on his mech. So can be great for Numbani, especially at the end of the map where D.Va resets can sometimes win you the point, get you those defenses you need on point 3. Obviously not a huge deal in the point A defense, but we've seen all sorts of crazy things from KongDoo Panthera, from quad tank attacks to Doomfist attacks on Numbani. So your guess is as good as mine as to what it's going to be tonight, but when it happens, we'll explain to you guys what they're trying to do, but they've got a plethora of strategies for this map. It's their best hybrid map, and it makes sense they'll pick it again here.
Well, we'll have to see how this one goes for the side of X6. Their last match they played on Hollywood, and you remember that was where they adapted to the play style of Blossom. They saw Ons, and they started playing away from the sidelines of that Widowmaker. They have shown that they are a team that can adapt on the fly, implement new strategies, and learn how to work around their opponents. KongDoo Panthera got to be feeling pretty good about this Numbani pick, because otherwise X6 might just be able to innovate another win and take a firmer lead here in this series with a 2-0 start.
A little bit of a Lucio rivalry here between Roki and Koma. Youngjin looks to tease at least the Doomfist start. Was what helped burst the tank players down in that last push. He's going to run it again here. Boosted by the Mercy, using that mobility to get up here on the high ground, just rushing through. Let's see if he can do it again. No Smite will likely be his target. They're splitting up a little bit differently this time, though. They all went left last time. This time they're doing a bit of a half and half, distracting, pulling the attention away. That means Doomfist can get into the support line a little bit easier.
We'll see, they're going to go ahead, drop off that high ground. They see the Doomfist shots coming through. He'll jump over onto the high side here as he swaps over, looking for that punch, gets it into the wall there onto No Smite.
But the fire grenade
comes in. He's going to be topped up, and Godspeed just scoops up the kill from behind. Taking him down, building up for that pulse bomb. Now going to be looking over to take down Koma with the help of Choi Hyobin. Will be able to do just that. KongDoo Panthera will be held at bay on this first push. You see X6 pulling up quite nicely for those ultimates. Decay's going to go down right at the end. Got 70% of the Dragon Blade ready to go, but needs that one to be impactful. Youngjin has already given up on the Doomfist.
Bebe saved this push with the biotic grenade. Really good positioning there, but notice the immediate switch for Youngjin onto the EMP, or sorry, onto this Sombra, which we'll primarily use for EMP. The Meteor Strike is almost useless at this point. You can't do much with it at all, so there's no reason to try to do a second push to build for that. You just need to make a switch. That push was designed to kill, no smite, and then win the fight. They failed to do it, and they're going to make the switch right away.
I mean, as soon as they see the Sombra, they should know that it's absolutely done so. Speaking of which, BQB goes up onto the top side, throws down that EMP, and they will get you built out of the mech. But okay, he's got the Dragon Blade ready to go. One more swipe would go ahead and take down BQB, but he just can't do it. The leap from the side there from No Smite does take down the enemy Genji. But in the meantime, KongDoo Panthera are grouped up here on the point. X6 trying to delay this, and Youngjin poking around from the backside, but looks like that first tick will be going over to the side of KongDoo. We'll see if they can get much further than that, and looks like, yeah, this might just be a one fight.
So another thing that we should mention, I'll hold that thought, Godspeed's trying to change this.
I could be wrong. Godspeed throws on the pulse, doesn't find anything, but now Koma put himself in a bit of an awkward position, goes up onto the high ground to try to keep himself safe, and maybe gets taken down by Jungchick there. That primal rage. No Smite pops his zone, looking to knock them off the point, maybe even off the map if he can get him to that angle.
Oh my god, are they going to turn this?
Lumpy. The res comes through here onto Decay. He's back into the fight, and No Smite is pretty much all by himself at the moment.
Barrier!
Now Barrier comes down, helps keep them alive. He jumps in, he looks for Decay, manages to find him, and Koma goes down. No more res to be there, but No Smite and Troy Yobin will get popped as he runs around in that violent diva form. 83.7% approved for the side of KongDoo, but they cannot get this completion.
This entire push for Panthera with the Doomfist was to build Dragon Blade. That's why Mercy pocketed the Genji. They wanted to get a kill onto No Smite to wipe the point. Backup plan is to use the fast building Dragon Blade. We've seen so much from Oporochi and Adora on this map on attack. They got the Dragon Blade kills they were looking for. He got a triple, but X6 did so much to buy time.
If they can kill Decay, as that Dragon Blade comes out, I think this might just be a full hold. They really need him to be impactful with this. He's going to draw it out now. EMP comes down. He can't dash around. He's just going to be slicing in air, finds a couple hits in on the Troy Yobin, will knock him out of the mech yet again, but Koma's already gone down. Finish off the diva, but Lumpy's going to get traded as Godspeed finds that one onto the backside. Decay goes for it, looks for Bebe, hasn't gotten him yet. They will be delaying this here for the moment as Roki, as you say, dashes around, but the self-destruct comes through, and they will be able to get the cap. 3 minutes on the clock. A decent delay there by X6. A good return to the point to stop that cap from coming in sooner.
Very well played.
Get it in the end.
But this is a huge win for X6. They denied 2 crazy strong Dragon Blade pushes, or one I should say, and the second, of course, was further delayed. So this could have been much worse for X6. Ended up buying a lot of time. We could be looking at a 5-minute time bank here had the first push worked as they planned. So still going to be feeling pretty successful here with the defense against those boosted blades.
Okay, now around into the back, goes down to about 100 HP. Will use the recall, comes back in and is just looking to burn down No Smite here. Using that primal rage, trying to exit with his life. We'll start getting healed back up. Seems like he'll be okay. We'll feed a lot of ult charge over to the healers. In the meantime, before Yeoman knocked out of the mech, just gonna get absolutely shredded there as Decay rips him apart. Youngjin gonna get spotted. We'll go ahead and start putting him down. They force out that translocator. Not gonna be seeing the EMP yet.
Yeah, it doesn't really need to commit to him when his team isn't in position. He's really just trying to scout the positions for the follow-up potential EMP. This is the time where he's actually going to really commit to actually secure this second point. Saw where the Zenyatta was hiding, was basically in plain sight. Now it's going to actually take this high ground. This could actually be huge for them. They're just going to drop down right on top.
Yeah, that's going to be the EMP out from Youngjin, but he's actually the first one to die. BQB will be traded back as Chungking finishes him off right as the EMP becomes available with Godspeed. Might have just won the fight with that pulse bomb, and now he'll go down. Decay finds one onto the enemy Tracer. The slipperiest of targets, taking out Godspeed. X6, though, will have control over the payload just in front of point B with 1.5 minutes remaining. Decay dashes in, gets the melee hit there on the Bebe to take him down. Recalls out. Seems like he might be able to escape with his life. He will go ahead and kite back. X6 just going to go back to the cart, maintain control.
This was really well thought out by KongDoo Panthera, and it was a bait where they tried to bait everyone in, and it actually worked, but the execution was so poor, unfortunately for KongDoo Panthera, of the strategy that was correct, that they just could not make it happen.
Hack on a BQB! Great spotting there from Youngjin, and he'll get taken out. That EMP was probably the one thing that really could stop KongDoo from getting this completion here on the point B, so upsetting them majorly there with that hack out from Youngjin. Decay goes in, yet again just trying to burn down the enraged Winston. Has the pulse ready to go, looking for a target. Will dash up here onto the high ground as the rest of the members of X6 try to keep this payload locked up here. So Yobin knocked into the mech. They managed to find Chungchik. No spike gonna go down. The Coalescence tracking him up onto the high ground. Will just burn right through him, and Shubil goes low. Coalescence not enough to keep him in the mech. Godspeed will be able to get that. Now the Town Barrier comes in just in time to keep Bebe alive and in the fight. Godspeed dashing around, looking for a target. Just gonna find Shubil. Will finish him off. And now KongDoo have 15 seconds with members still respawning to get in onto this card.
They've got an EMP. That's all they're really going to have to open this point up. And I just don't think they're going to be able to have enough members in position by the time that's ready. Good angle here for Youngjin to find the supports. See, looking for the Lucio here right now.
Yeah, looks for the hack. Gotta get moved back. Now into overtime, 2.63 meters, all that they need. Chungchik up into the front line. He's gonna go down first and foremost. Troy Yobin finding the kill, double self-destruct, up into the air. Who's gonna find kills? It's both of them, but Troy Yobin, he trades it up the 2-for-1 as Shubil and Youngjin both go down. Coma in the grave, and KongDoo Panthera's hopes of getting to point B, to getting more time in that bank, has been snuffed out.
And with this sub into Choi Hyobin has probably done the most Choi Hyobin thing that is in his career. To have this moment, and the reason why he was able to make this happen was because he saw the position of Youngjin when he decided to go in for the translocator for the EMP. If you look at his health, if you go back and watch that fight, you'll see he was rapidly declining down to about 20% health. He saw the translocator and decided to preemptively self-destruct, knowing that if he waited 1 second longer, realistically half a second longer, he would be hacked and unable to use that to remag. Gets it at a perfect angle into the sky, and you see immediately Shubil realizes what's happening, panics, throws his self-destruct as well. Unfortunately, Choyabin had the jump on him, fired his first, gets the wipe there before KongDoo Panthera can react. Remember, KongDoo Panthera has to be all in the same position. They all have to control this cart. If everybody gets shoved off by the self-destruct, they lose it in overtime. So it's more difficult to react in that moment and coordinate a split, whereas the members of X6 were able to easily avoid Shubil's second self-destruct that came out later. He's unable to remech because he's immediately blown up by the faster self-destruct coming through from Choyabin. So very fast reaction times there against that translocator coming through by Choyabin. Acting fast and responding quick in a situation like this, getting the self-destruct off before the EMP. Very well played, good crisis management, and so far, a worthy sub coming through here for Rhea.
Yeah, looking really great. Has been getting knocked out of the mech a lot here. This Troy Hyobin, but again, you're talking about it. He's a very aggressive D.Va player, kind of likened him to Dako. Not nearly as clean a play, I will say. Dako really knows his limits. He is excellent about that, knows when he needs to pull back, knows when he needs to go and protect the supports. Whereas Troy Hyobin is always just, I'm going to be up in your face, I'm going to be hitting you with some rockets. If I lose my mech, so be it. Yeah. I'm just going to blow you up later with a self-destruct.
Think Void, like old D.Va, Season 3, Apex Void, that Void. Yeah. Basically the style we're looking at here.
Bloodthirsty. KongDoo now going to go for that mid-range DPS with Youngjin over on the Soldier 76. He's going to get burned down. Biotic Grenades comes down from Luffy to help keep them alive. Godspeed just fires away, building up that Dragon Blade straight into the face of Chungchik and Shubil. Dashes in, forces the Soldier off the high ground, has the deflection, but still going to go low. Will get taken down. With Godspeed and No Smite falling, this might just be an abandonment from the side of X6.
Yeah, they only build half a Dragon Blade. Genji can build a lot more with the Mercy. That's the trade-off here. They have more damage.
Hyobin already had his self-destruct, by the way.
Yeah, he's insane. Gets away with this one, just trying to grab some extra kills, but good positioning here from KongDoo Panthera. They're going to dive in one more time.
Yeah, they're actually looking to take this fight, Bebe. Going to get jumped on here by Decay, trying to track him down. Doesn't get the kill, and instead Decay's just going to come right up into the front, trying to take down the tanks, but the hack comes in, and he'll get ripped apart.
Good sound barrier.
With that EMP, and now the sound barrier coming in, helps keep them alive. And that should just be the point A cap coming through. Troy Hyobin, he's got another one. Just uses it. He's got 2 self-destructs already.
Yeah, in about a minute of time. And there you go. Just continue to sustain through with the self-destructs, getting 2 remechs, as well as preventing the kills there onto the back line because he's basically diving so hard no one can actually do damage. He absorbed most of the damage from Youngjin. Roki was never threatened. He built that sound barrier, which was really what gave them the capture. And Godspeed, he built all the way that Dragon Blade. He's still holding it because they were able to win the sustained fight, not the pick fight. Very impressive play here.
Absolute insanity here. Chongqing now going to be jumping forward, has that Nana Moose thrown in on top of him, but the Primal Rage is also ready to go. No Spike going to go low, jumps up into the air to try to stay alive. Seems like he'll make it out safely and doesn't have to use his own ult. Control of the cart momentarily in the hands of KongDoo Panthera, but for how long, you cannot possibly say. DK sneaking around the back, has the pulse ready to go. Be looking for a target. Somebody like Roki would be huge to get the Transcendence there out of Bebe. And there's not going to be the sound barrier to chain together for it, but you see he's still just kiting back. He hasn't found the opportunity that he's looking for yet. Wants a bigger target.
Shubel totally
melted down off the backside of the hack. He'll get eliminated as Koryobin finds that kill, finds his next self-destruct ready to go, I should say. The Dragon Blade comes out from Godspeed, finds one. They're on to Luffy. One final swipe, not going to kill off Youngjin, but Winston is there to go ahead and take it up. Luffy is so far forward, another self-destruct thrown in. The third of the game line out from Koryobin as he makes it back into the mech. Godspeed will finally get taken down here by Decay. But X6 are so dangerously close to getting this completion already, and they still have 3.5 minutes on the clock.
This is really good stuff what we were watching here. Focusing down Shubel consistently. He's been the primary hack for BQB. It's Shoyobin blowing him up and building that self-destruct off of the D.Va mech every time. Just bursting the D.Va first. Here's the EMP to open this with Youngjin in good position, but he can't last against the enemy D.Va.
Yeah, immediately Koryobin goes straight up onto that tac vising. Soldier 76 rips him apart, and that's just going to be the team wipe. Decay's the only one left. He uses the recall. He'll get taken down on the cart eventually as that pulse bomb comes through, and that's about it. X6 just absolutely decimate KongDoo Panthera there on Numbani on their map pick. Choi Hyobin especially getting subbed in for this map. Builds up for 2 self-destructs in about under a minute.
Well, you know, this guy is aggressive. He's able to find openings because of BQB's hacks onto Shubel. So what we're seeing a lot of here is when Shubel is hacked, he just eats all that damage from Sombra. So they've turned Shubel into an old farming machine because he's building the EMPs and he's building the self-destructs. D.Va obviously does a ton of damage to a D.Va at very close range with her missiles. The missiles connect, blow that D.Va up. They're consistently killing him, so he's not building self-destructs. He is trying to use his self-destructs to remake whenever he does happen, which is quite rare. And the defense matrix is consistently down. And that means there's no way to protect Youngjin against the other dive coming through. Godspeed running up there, getting on top of the Soldier 76, the Winston of No Smite getting on top of Youngjin. So Youngjin's just never able to breathe, never able to move. He had the perfect position to use that tac visor. He was on the high ground and behind the team. Yeah. But because they had already lost the D.Va war was won, and Shoyobin went to him like a magnet, and he was just completely destroyed.
Yeah, just latches right onto him, doesn't let go, and they are able to just win it out from there. So very dominant performance from the side of X6. Again, we said that this could be a close series, but there was that asterisk that KongDoo Panthera only looked improved versus the likes of Meta Athena. That was the team that they faced off last week when they were looking good, when Decay was getting those multi-frags as Tracer. So it seems like, again, maybe it was just lesser competition for them and not so much improvement from this roster of KongDoo Panthera because they still are suffering here today.
Yeah, I mean, they looked really good against Athena. They had a lot of improved strategies. They looked much better, but they don't look as good as Choi Hyobin. On that second map, he looked fantastic. You know, there were rumors he was going to be, of course, moving to Overwatch League. Yeah. The signing period has passed. He was not announced, and he's here. So my guess is perhaps he was nearly signed. Something fell through. Now he's hyper-motivated again to play with this team, work on his coordination with his team again, and become one of the best divas in the world once more.
I'm curious if there's a rule that if you sign somebody, you have to announce them before.
Yeah, I don't actually know.
Before the date. I'm not sure if that is a thing. Maybe he could be quietly signed and announced at a later time. Not sure about the rule set. You know, if anyone knows, that'd be great. I would love to figure it out. But if he's here to stay, then X6 got to be feeling pretty damn happy because they lost Architect. But Choi Hyobin, with this roster, with Godspeed and BQB operating quite well together, seems like they have a team that can make a run through the playoffs.
All I'm saying is, even if there's no rule about announcing, like he his entire attitude, his mentality has changed. He's sitting in the booth, he's playing way better than he did before, so seems like motivation to me.
Yeah, well, looking good here for X6. They currently lead the series 2-0. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll see if KongDoo Panthera can pick up a win or if X6 will just close the series from there.